if you're a writer, or any creative really, then you've probably experienced that creative rot, where your brain just goes, nope, as soon as you try to work on your project. Today I want to share my best tips on how to handle it, and what works for me, and what I do to give my stories and myself the best chance to work with it. Hello, I'm Amelia. I like books, among other things. I've always loved reading, and I have a fantasy book coming out in 2024. Also, I'm back in my usual space. First things first, I'm gonna be talking mostly about writing, but many of these tips can be applied to other creative fields as well. There's also a lot of different reasons why you might be stuck. So while some of these tips may work, some of them may not work, and some of them may work this time but not the next time. The best thing is always to figure out why you're stuck. Are you scared? Are you not enjoying it? Are you burnt out? And work from there. With that out of the way, here are 10 tips to get unstuck in writing. Number 1, take a break. A lot of these tips will cross over each other, and this one especially is one that bleeds over a lot. Step away from your project, if you can afford it. Going for a walk or hitting the gym are wildly praised for getting your energy back and your creative juices flowing. As an avid walker, I know that sometimes it's not possible. Like, I'm not going for a walk in the middle of the night to get eaten by bears. Or worse, elks. Or the weather might be terrible. I know we say that there are no bad weather, just bad clothes, but sometimes you don't want to go out in the storm. Often people talk about disconnecting from the world or social media and media overall, and while I do believe it works for many people, I don't think they work for every situation or person. Which leads me to my next point. Number 2, be a fan. The tip to disconnect and not mindlessly consume media may work great for some people, but I believe and strongly hope that you're a fan of the media you're creating. So go read a great book in your genre. Go read your favorite book, even if you read it 10 times already. And it doesn't even have to be the media you're working with. Go play video games, watch a movie, consume other stories to rekindle your own story, or go to a concert, listen to a new album, watch a drawing video, hell, read the milk carton if that's what gets your creative flowing going, and realize why you're doing it in the first place. This also goes very well into our next point, which is number 3, take the pressure off. If there's one thing fans are amazing for, except consuming their favorite media, it's making things. So just because you might step away from your main project doesn't mean you have to stop creating. Go draw that fan art, go write that super smutty scene that no one will see, but it's just for your enjoyment. Sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves and what we're creating that we lose all the fun and kind of lose sense of where we're going. So go indulge in your art. Number 4, forbid yourself. This point is kind of like taking a break, but make it extreme. Step away from your project, lock it away, don't open it to read it, don't open it to change that little thing you were thinking about while you woke up this morning. Just don't touch your project. Leave it alone. The time frame will depend on like the stage and size of the project, but 1 to 2 months is usually what I would recommend for a full-length novel. After each big draft, I usually leave it alone for a month. Some may say like I need 6 weeks, and some might need less, but I would not be able to leave it alone for more than a month. I would go crazy. But the point is to get away from it, come back with fresh eyes and new senses, and be able to look at it more objectively. The reason I can't do more than a month is because halfway through I'm just itching to go back. Because I just realize how much I miss working in this universe or in this world. I know this isn't possible for every project, especially not if you have a deadline, but if you can, step away for a while and try not to think about it. Number 5, study your craft. Sometimes the reason we're stuck is because we don't know how to move on, or we don't have the ability to move on. This doesn't mean you're a bad writer or a bad creative. Sometimes it's just that you're stuck in a place and you can't for the life of you figure out why. Then go read some craft books, or watch some educational videos about it, take a class, go to a conference, just to build your skill. It will never be a waste. And also to remind yourself. Maybe it was just a simple thing that you actually knew, but you didn't draw the connection in this specific situation. And also reflect on what are your weaknesses. Are you bad at world building? Then go study world building. Maybe grammar is your weak point. Just because you're a writer doesn't mean you're a great grammar person. Also, conferences and courses might help you gain some confidence if that's what you're lacking right now. Number 6, ask for help. Speaking of conferences, ask your writing friends for help. Show them or tell them what you're struggling with, and I am sure they will be happy to help. After all, you would do the same for them, right? Sometimes more chefs do make a better soup. And if you don't have writer friends, then I do suggest you go find some. I know it's easier said than done, but I am 100% sure that I wouldn't even have finished the first draft of Keep Me Breathing if it weren't for the writer friends I've made. Sometimes you just need other people who understands what you're struggling with, and sometimes you just need to hear them talk about their silly little characters and have them listen when you gush about your silly little characters. Even just knowing you have other people around you in the same boat as you can do a lot to help. Number 7, challenges. Participate in challenges. It can be something as big as NaNoWriMo, or something as small as 15-minute sprints. The accountability and competitiveness of it really works wonders for me. And if you're participating in Nano this year, just let me know and we can go on this journey together. I've also seen a few videos where people try like big authors writing routines. So maybe that's something you want to do. Number 8, get that routine. It doesn't have to be something as big as getting up early and writing 6 pages a day. I know we all wish to be writing machines like Stephen King, but just sitting down and writing 2 words a day will make a lot of words if you do it long enough. And I know for me, when I actually manage to sit down and write, I usually don't sit those 20 minutes I'm trying to get in. Some days, that's all I manage. A 20-minute sprint or 20 minutes of staring at my page. But sometimes I look at the clock and, oh, it's been 2 hours. So just find something that works for you. Number 9, Pavlov your way to success. Like the 4th point, this might be a little more for the desperate one. And we've all heard about conditioning yourself to help get in a routine. So I'm just gonna touch on it, but put on that writing hat. Light that work in progress dedicated candle. Have that specific writing drink. I know it doesn't work for everyone, but it can be a great help when you're just getting started with your routine. Don't fall into the trap that is mood writing. Number 10, go back. My last point is kind of the most simple one, which is go back a few sentences, a few paragraphs. Maybe the thing that has you stuck is the thing you just wrote, or the thing you just did. Bonus tip: if you can't go back, push forward. Leave a small summary for yourself, like I want this scene to be this, and move on. You can always come back. And remember, a first draft doesn't have to be perfect, and neither does a second or a third draft. Or a fourth. Like I said, there are a lot of different reasons for writing ruts and creative blocks, but it's a lot easier to deal with them if you figure out why you're stuck in the first place. How do you get out of a creative block? Please let me know down in the comments, and because you can never be prepared enough for when it comes. So let's share our tips with each other. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great adventure, and I hope to see you in the next video.